to you.
Oh.
Would you be interested in having an affair?
HBO Max, or Max as they'll be called late in May 2023, is telling a story that's a mixture of big love and fatal attraction. At least that's the closest approximation in my mind that I can make as far as the movies and series that I've seen before. That's a pretty good amalgamation of this particular deal. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and actually get into a review on this one because I think this might be an interesting one for you. Today we go ahead and actually take a look at Love and Death. Now this is a series that's classified in the genres of crime and drama, and it's based on true events, so it can also be categorized as autobiographical. Now you're hard pressed to convince me to watch a series about relationships, marriage, romance, all that kind of stuff. It can be off-putting to me, and they're emotionally complex. And for my entertainment, I like less nuances and subtleties and a little more bang, boom, fantasy world, all that kind of stuff. As a result, I'm reviewing this particular series as a casual streamer rather than the main target audience. But my goal is to give you both perspectives. You see, I watched the first 2 episodes of a brand new series to go ahead and actually determine if they're worth your time or not. So, if you like how that sounds, do me a favor, click like, share, subscribe, and let's get into this series. As I stated before, Love and Death is actually a series that premiered on HBO Max in April 2023. It stars Elizabeth Olsen, Amell Dollimore, and Jesse Plemons. Now there are 7 episodes to this miniseries, each about 50 minutes apiece. The storyline that they have for it is very simple. 2 church-going couples enjoy small-town family life in Texas until somebody picks up an axe. Alright, it doesn't get any more simple or crazy than that. Off top, from the title and the description, we know there's going to be romance and we know there's going to be death, which means we got feelings, relationships, etc. all are going to be on display. People that are in touch with their feelings, open to communicate about these topics, and really play up drama will perk up for a story like this. For us casuals, the story may or may not be intriguing. It usually depends on if there's good dialogue, if it can relate to the characters, and if the whole thing seems believable. The story isn't anything original, but it's relatable for most people, so casuals can buy into this premise. In regards to the characters, the cast here does a good job of portraying these folks. Elizabeth Olsen plays Candy Montgomery, is the center focus here as a middle-aged wife and mother who's just plateaued with her marriage and life. She needs a light or something to revitalize her spirit. And she decides that an affair is it. That's the way to go. Olsen does a great job of showing joy, frustration, sadness, and just a hint of unhinged in these first 2 episodes. Now, she's looking to have an affair with Alan Gore, played by Jesse Plemons. He is married to Betty Gore, played by Lily Rabe. Their marriage is equally stuck in neutral, but for different reasons. She has had an affair before, he hasn't. The complexities of marriage, parenting, social norms, sexuality, overall human experience have weighed them down. Plus, non-communication has really killed almost any hope of reviving the marriage in their situation. The characters are put out here very well. You really understand and see how and what motivates everyone in this series. I will say one of the glaring obstacles I had throughout this is believing that Candy's character wanted Alan. I mean, I know looks aren't everything, but man, just take a look at my guy. But it doesn't take away from the acting, just believability. Other notables in the series are Kristen Ritter as Sherry and Sarah Burke as Barbara. They help to be the voices over Olsen's shoulders. Dialogue is relatable and timely for this series as the setting is the late 70s, early 80s in Texas, in a very conservative, religious community. In regards to the characters and the acting, both mains and casuals will be pleased by this. Now, some intangibles in this series are the throwback to the time frame. If you're a boomer or a Gen Xer, you'll remember all of the clothing, decor, styles, all that kind of stuff that throws you back into that time period. It really transports you back to a time before social media, before the internet, before 24-hour news cycle. People were wrapped up more into personal relationships in their community, and the setting makes the story more possible during that time. The story is actually based on the book Evidence of Love, a true story of passion and death in the suburbs. The events in this miniseries is dramatization of the true events that occurred in Collin County, Texas. These factors probably wet the lips of main target audiences. Dig your teeth into to really understand the story, the characters, all that kind of stuff. It's really deep in there. But I would also say they're going to actually pique the interest of casual streamers as well, as true crime, murder, motivations, things that happen on there. That could also be intriguing to a casual streamer. So those are all the things that I pulled out to go and actually differentiate between mains and casuals. But what's the verdict here? For me, both main target audiences and casual streamers should watch the first 2 episodes. Mains are already on board when I said romance, death, good story. The excellent portrayals by the cast push us up there for exploration from our main target audiences to really see if this is serious. They're just got to be determined if the acting is good enough. For casuals, it takes getting past the first 15 minutes of the first episode to see the value in this drama. It's a little bit slow going, but once you get past that, you'll go ahead and actually start vibing in with it. Not only is the acting and story good, but knowing and seeing that this is going to end badly, it's like seeing a bad car accident. You can't turn away. You owe it to yourself to see if the setting, the story, and characters are your thing. And the first 2 episodes will tell you that as a casual streamer. So both mains and casuals, watch those first 2 episodes. And that's what I actually have for you on Love and Death on HBO Max. Check it out.
You all right?
Yeah, wouldn't I be alright?
You just chopped and chopped and chopped.
I didn't do it.
I think you did.
I appreciate you going actually showing me love rather than death by watching this entire review. I really do. Do me a favor. I'm trying to grow the channel. If you really like this review, click like. If you loved it, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Or if you want to, watch one of these other videos that the algorithm suggests to you. But until the next time, in my next review, I'll holler at you. Take care of yourself.